week. Alright, I'm one of the speakers. There are another 9 speakers will distribute a different topic with their specific expert. Alright, they are considered expert because the director choose them because of P4, P5 achievement during last semester EPP evaluation. Okay, there is people that we're going to communicate with them. Okay, in this week. Okay, all right. So now we are familiar with the e-learning. We are familiar with the video conferencing. Okay, tool. For example, Zoom. All right. We are familiar with the WebEx, Google Meet. All right. And then now I learned Microsoft Word Teams. Okay, this is a video conferencing to communicate with the people based on their requirement. Some of the students, they love to use WebEx. Some of them, they ask to using Zoom or Google Meet. Alright, so we're familiar with the tool till today. We're also familiar with the social media. Okay, for example, YouTube, Facebook, okay, Twitter, TikTok, wow, alright, and then Instagram and Snapchat, alright. So now there are so many environments that we can use to do the teaching and learning strategy, okay, to achieve our pedagogy. We call nowadays more on the active learning or others collaborative learning, problem-based learning, and others. Okay, nowadays we are under pedagogy style. Okay, this is the pedagogy for online teaching. Alright, another one is a pedagogy, which is a peer-to-peer, student-to-student. Alright, communicate with the student. Alright, pedagogy is more on the student-centered learning. And then cybergogy that we are doing now. Alright, see, I'm talking to you through the video conferencing. I'm talking to you through the PowerPoint and share screen. Alright. So this is a content, okay, that we are already familiar with. Okay, for example, okay, you want to do a teaching online, so you need e-learning. You need learning management system or LMS. Alright. So the function is to do a Bloom study. Alright. And then we want to share the e-content between the lecturers and students. Alright. In this case, maybe you are using. Okay, I'm familiar with the Padlet, Quizzes, Kahoot, Coursera, Propose, alright? And in your case, you're using many tools in e-learning. And then, of course, okay, when we want to communicate with the student, we need to use the video conferencing. Whatever, okay, apps we want to use is depend, alright, on the environment, and towards the end is an evaluation. Evaluation nowadays also on screen evaluation, right? So now, I love if you can use your handphone. Alright, where is your handphone? Here. Alright, you can scan the QR code. You can use www.menti.com, and then with the digital code 7139291. So why? Because I want to find the feedback from all of you, whether you are familiar with the teaching online class, okay, online environment, and so on. So let's try to answer this question. This is a very simple question. Just to answer yes or no. Okay, I give you around 2 minutes to scan the QR code, use your handphone, iPad, or whatever, and then or you can use the Google, write www.menti.com and fit in the digital code. So what you do now is a style to communicate with you, to provoke the environment, how to integrate 3 things. Your class online, the second is the pedagogy, and then the last is how to integrate the tool. I'm using Mentimeter, right? So since you are scanning, okay, get the answer, go to the system. Okay, I want to go to another topic that I need to highlight here. Alright, so okay, 2 minutes is enough. Alright, okay, we can use this one to provoke the student. to get the sentiment, okay, when we start the class, to make sure the student start, okay, looking to us, pay attention, keep engaged with us. So this is very important because we cannot touch them. I cannot touch Dr. Nurul. I cannot smell, okay, the perfume from Dr. Nurul because we are in a very long distance. It's not just a social distance. Alright, now let's go. What is the element of the future ready education? Alright, so how to increase your EPPPP, okay, to get a high rank as usual you get before, right? So the first is literacy. This is a start, cultural, okay, the engagement with the student, the lifestyle, the teaching style, right? That's very global literacy. The second is competent. It depends on you, okay, whether you want to use a sound effect, you want to use a video, you can make how to convert from the notes to the e-content, right? How competent you are. You keep learning. And the second is ethics, how to keep a data, security, safety in the system, all right? Especially to keep your password, all right? So the aims of future ready education is to ask students, to invite students to do the exploration, to do the investigation, to do a searching, all right, to do a research, okay, and then to guide students how to learn. How to learn means that we teach the student how to learn, all right. And of course, the second is we as online teaching, okay, teachers should be a good content, okay, good e-content. Alright, so now let's go to the transformation from the face-to-face, the traditional class, the real class that you lunch before COVID-19 pandemic, and then we go to the online environment. So in this case, okay, we talk about online active learning, not just talk blah 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 in front the video, all right, in front the camera like here, okay, but we try to provoke, try to communicate, try to get engaged, try to get the participant from student, and try to make sure that there is an active learning involved. Okay, this is very basic. Actually, there is a collaborative learning, problem-based learning, and others. And then second is a body sense. Okay, since I have no sense, okay, on touch, taste, okay, and then smell, Dr. Nurul, okay, but I have a physical education, okay, that I want to bring here. All right. So the first is a warm-up activities. Okay, I start with the mentimeter.com to warm up the activities. Sometimes I start with the games because the class is 2 weeks already. So I give games. Okay, games you can use Kahoot, quizzes, propose, edu-puzzle, whatever. All right. So it depends on how you're competent. Second is I start make a stories. Okay, the first part, the stories here is a Future Ready Educator Week. Okay, that is my stories. Why it happened? Because students start complain the online class is not effective. So this is a difficult story, right? So this one, the second is ask question. Okay, and get the answer. Because we are doing feedback. For example, I asked Dr. Nurul Alias. Dr. Nurul Alias, how are you nowadays? How your social distance? So Dr. Noemi will give an answer. You want to give answer, Dr. Norma Alias?
Yes, Doctor. I'm fine. Okay. Thank you, Doctor.
So now they start pay attention to me. If not, they are go to the Google and search for other video. Alright? So the next is ordering, asking question, make order, alright? To make sure that there is a active learning exists in this condition. Alright, so we have so many tools to communicate with the student. We can use plot, setting, thema, diagram, style, and character. So sometimes I post a cartoon. Okay, I just make it a cartoon, virtual 3D cartoon. Alright, so as an online teaching and learning involved as an online teacher nowadays, we need to do some data transformation. That is make us problem because we need to have some competency, how to convert from notes to the e-content, how to bring, okay, the element of our teaching in the e-content in PowerPoint, in video, in audio, in PDF, in data, alright? For example, in Excel and whatever, alright, types of data. Okay, now we look at the type of data nowadays. Okay, there is a very huge transformation. Alright, this one is just June 2020. Okay, there is a very huge, okay, in terms of the number, the volume of data, okay, from million, for example, WhatsApp, we are always use WhatsApp, 18.1 million, now increased to 19 million since June 2020. Now must be increased because of pandemic reason. And then maybe you are using Facebook. I'm very active in Facebook. You can go to my Facebook. Alright, so now increase from 1 million to 1.3 million in 2020. So you can go here or increase. So what we do now, okay, we communicate with the student using a social media, using video conferencing, using learning management system. Oh, so now what we do, okay, before pandemic, okay, year 2000, we are still doing face-to-face. We are still using traditional. We are still using real class. Alright, for example here, 2-dimensional face-to-face. Second is, okay, last 3 years, last 2 years, last 4 years. Okay, we start doing, okay, 20% using Educator 4.0. We start, okay, do, okay, QR code for attendance, quizzes, but we just spend 20 minutes. If not, okay, the class will be bored. Alright, so that is last 3 years. And then last 8 months, okay, 7 months, okay, we have a COVID-19 pandemic, and all of us demanding to do online class. So that is really ad hoc, okay, and it really makes us headache. Alright, so what should we do? Oh, there is a pandemic, okay, there is a transformation from education 3.0 to 4.0. It's really happened after pandemic 19, COVID-19. Alright, so the pedagogy here is we ask students to do a self-determined learning. You know why? Because we are distant. And then how we make sure that the student keep, okay, be a problem finder. Alright, the student keep sequential or linear to their learning responsibility. Alright, and then what we do is a drive-burn the data. We start create the data, and we give them motivation, okay, to make sure they adapt the competence, okay, that they need to do. Alright, and coaching. The important is a coaching. So this is a, okay, transformation from the 3.0 to 4.0. Alright, so now we start, okay, asking the student to do a self-determined learning, student-determined learning. We just give the information or textbook, the digital content, okay, make them do the exercise with us, okay, together through online using paper, and ask them to write and then show to the share screen or write on the paper. Alright, so that's what we are doing. Alright, so you can use also many things, okay, many things. It depends on you. Alright, there are so many devices to help you to communicate with the student. So this is to develop the capabilities for their own learning process. That's why students start complain. Okay, what they complain? Online very bad. Online very bad. No. Okay, they need to know the environment of online teaching is like this. Student determined learning. Alright, the second is because we are conducting 160 students, very big amount, a big number of students. So what we do is a pedagogy, peer-to-peer, student to student, to, okay, educate themselves, okay, communicate, interact between the students to obtain their educational goal. For example, you want them to do the exercises in group. So the big group, okay, the small group, you join to the big group, or we can do the collaborative learning. Alright, so this works, okay, collaborative learning, student to student, peer to peer. So why? Because we want to make sure the students keep engaged, okay, among themselves and keep engaged with us. Alright, so this is one of the very good example how they are using Padlet. Very simple. Okay, you no need to download Okay, you no need to install Padlet. You just register Padlet and then put in the group. Alright, so this is a very good example, okay, how we do the group in the Padlet. You can address a problem and put them in the group, or then ask them to answer the Padlet, okay, in the group. You can see here, group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, there is give a time and others, alright. So this is we call data driven, alright. Cybergogy. Oh, we are now in cybergogy era. Why? Because you are start thinking, the behavior will be changed, the emotional are deeply connected, okay, to the cultural. So you are using network, you are using technology, you are using computer, you are using iPad, you are using earphone, many things you are using because you are in the cybergogy era. Alright? So what we create now is still learner-centered, still autonomous or collaborative virtual learning environment. We still do a word collaborating. Alright? So now, wow, I'm very boring with these too many teaching and learning pedagogy. I'm very boring. You know why? I need to learn constructivism, I need to learn collaboration, I need to learn integrative, I need to do the reflective after the class, okay, I need to implement the formative assessment, alright, and then towards the end, I need to do the inquiry-based learning, alright. So wow, it's too burden to me, okay, I'm not in the education, alright. However, I try to understand because it's very important when I start communicate with the student, alright. So in this case, okay, you can read, very simple here, alright, you can read. Okay, the important is a collaborative, okay, because we want to make sure the student keep in group and develop the active learning. And then second is learn how to learn. We ask the student how to learn, how to do the observation, how to do the critical thinking, how to do justify the question and so on. So we are the coach for them. Alright? Okay. I know you are quite familiar with the e-learning. Am I right? Wow, very easy. After pandemic, just post a video to the e-learning. Enough. And then waiting for the question through the WhatsApp. It's very easy. Yeah. So look at your EPP result. If your EPP get 4 or 5, very good. I want to learn from you. Alright? So I'm going to go for free week, okay, for this week. But some of them, no, they have a problem because, okay, just post the video, okay, just post the material at e-learning is not enough without video conferencing because we want to look their face one by one, asking their health, for example, the environment of COVID-19 pandemic, what happened to them, alright? So in this case, alright, we need to do a tool, we need to use a tool, alright? For example, I want to remember the name of my student. Okay, the next coming semester, I have a list of students. I can get through the e-learning, very easy, alright? No need, okay, the administration give me the list, I can get through the e-learning. How to remember their name and their face? The first is, I'm using the camera. I'm using the audio. I need to listen their voice. Hello, okay, Dr. Nurul Aini. So the doctor will say that, hello, Dr. Norma. So I can hear, I can get the feedback. Alright, and in this case, I'm using PowerPoint. Maybe I'm using e-learning. I print screen. I go to the video conferencing, or if I have a problem with the video conferencing, okay, I can use other tools, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, alright, many things, WebEx, alright. So this is the way how to communicate with the student to make sure student keep engaged me who is Dr. Norma Alias for the first class through the e-learning. Okay, if you are using asynchronous, okay, synchronized means that the line is very poor. Students have a poor network. Okay, they climb a tree. For example, in the YouTube, I saw they climb a tree to get the to access through the video conferencing. So in this case, you can use learning management system. Okay, learning management system. Okay, there are so many learning management system. You can use Open Learning, Moodle, Classroom, Google Meet, alright, Google Classroom, sorry, and then e-learning. So many. So be careful with not 100% asynchronous. Asynchronous ni macam tak serentak, tak selari lah. Okay, synchronized selari. So now we are in the synchronized mode, right? Visual presences, okay. For example, here, of course, it depends on the bandwidth. I said to you, alright. So if you have a very bad bandwidth, okay, what should you do? Alright, you can use, for example, check network, okay, to check the student, their bandwidth, whether they're good or bad. Okay, you can use many tools to check their network, how fast the network, how speed the network. If not asynchronized, you just focus LMS, e-learning, and e-learning there are so many forum, quizzes, assignment, feedback, many things. Okay. However, this is an asynchronized learning mode, right? Lecture. Okay, you feel that. You feel. Okay, I just blah 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 without any activities in 1 hour. They will be bored. They will go to the Google. They start looking at the website. All right. So what should we do is a video. Animation, all right. So I can change your mood now if I can play the video. You want me to play a video, Dr. Nurul? Okay. Okay. I share screen here. I play the video. This one is from Dr. Hacharan team, right? Because like I am the host, so I know who is the making, all right? So because I keep the post, this is important. Okay, when you are host, you can okay, at the same time you look at your participant of your student, whether who are share screen with you, who are on their video or off their voice, is depend, because we are host, we can handle. Alright, sometimes because of the connection problem, so there is a wave, is a common problem, especially in Sabah and Sarawak. Right? So that's why you need to do a testing internet connection. You can use speed test. Okay, if you're using, for example, in this year, I'm using Celcom. Celcom also provide the network test. This is very important. You know why? Because, okay, you can check their connection whether this is slow, medium, or very fast. I have so many students. Last semester, I have 60 students. So I need to check their network. If very slow, I need to do WhatsApp, alright, or Skype, alright. So this is to make sure that, or email, alright, to make sure that they can communicate. That's why we need to post a video through the YouTube or e-learning, right? Okay. Okay, when we create so many videos, so many e-content, so many PDF files, so many DOC files, so what should you do? Alright, you need to have a system to manage the data style, data type, or data volume, okay, or the variety of data. Alright, so I'm using Trello. Okay, I'm also using, okay, now I learned Wawa, because handling the RECC, I'm using Wawa. Alright, we say, okay, you can using Socio and Guide book, okay, and then even Bright. Alright, so this is one of the way how you manage, okay, your data, okay, for some tools. Okay, let's go to the menti.com. Okay, can we get the result of the menti.com? Okay, let's, if I can share menti.com here. Okay. Alright, menti.com, because you just vote, okay, some information. Alright, so let's get the feedback from the menti.com. Okay, how the impact of the teaching on teaching and learning. Alright, so I hope that I can share with you and I keep getting the data actually. Okay, now, okay, the data still, okay, I hope I can share screen with you. Am I sharing Mentimeter with you now? Yes? Yes? You get my Mentimeter?
Okay, yes.
Yes, doctor. Yes, okay. So means that, do you have a problem during online teaching? Okay? Okay, you have a problem during online teaching when pandemics come. So most of people, yes. Most of the people say yes. Okay? Alright, most of the people say no. Alright, so the data increase. I keep the data for my workshop. Make sure that the data, okay, I keep the data. So the answer still yes. Okay. However, by keep going to attend class, for example, okay, I hope this will be no problem, right? So this is I share with you again my screen here. Alright. Okay. So so this is the feedback for Mentimeter. Okay, they can get in a 2 minutes feedback, right? 5 minutes feedback, very fast feedback, right? So this is where student will eager want to know whether yes or no. And then this is one of the feedback from the I'm using Mentimeter also. Okay, you can see when I provoke something, many answers. Okay. The big one means that people vote these words too many compared to the small one. So in this case, students know that this is the keywords to do a searching at the Google or at the Scholar, at the Scopus or ISI. So the other one is analysis. It's very good, but you need to buy. Alright. So they can. It's like mind map. Okay, for example, people dealing with the social science problem, alright? So they need to do the communication, okay, with each other, and then we can get their ideas in the mind map. But in this case, they are using autolysis. Okay, this is the work in the group. Okay, this is a backup group, alright? So now, let's do some redesign our course, okay? Course outline, for example, okay, so we need to redesign the course as a whole because we want to do the encouragement of the e-learning, and then of course is an individualistic assistance because student-centered learning. That's why when the students say that online is very bad, no, okay, you are the process of the engaging with us to adapt the e-learning process. And then second is an ongoing assessment. This is very good. Whether you want to use a formative or summative feedback, alright? Ensure the efficient time, monitor the student progress. This is very important to make sure that the student keep engaged with us. Alright, sometimes we forgot about the holistic value. For example, integrity, responsibility. Okay, that's why I said just now, when we deal with the education 4.0, we need to have to change literacy, competence, and ethics, right? Responsibility, wisdom, glory, morality, courage, and justice, right? Because we want to guide them to be more, okay, to the student outcome, for example, long life learning, practical skills, social skill, problem solving, entrepreneurship. This is very important nowadays and informative. Okay, of course, okay, I always address the student of the integrated between akal, jiwa, roh, and hati, because they need to be knowledgeable, wisdom, and the choice of the intellectual, okay, that we want. Alright, that is what they want. Alright. So now, okay, this is a percentage. Okay. Among the faculties, we are still a good rank, very good, faculty side, good rank in the online teaching and learning. And then just now I increase, okay, the data. You can see still people say no, alright. And then as a conclusion, okay, what is the conclusion now? Okay, it's already more than 30 minutes. Okay, never mind. Okay, I want to close with the conclusion. Okay, blended learning is the process to transform face-to-face to online learning. Alright. Aware the best, the current scientific data related to the free tool, okay, the latest one, alright? Because the latest is much more easier, especially to make a video. Redesign the course and development, and then this is a new useful knowledge. We need to do do some transformation from the traditional to the data, or to the content transformation. Right? Holistic value that I address here, we are very eager to do the video, okay, to be a blogger or YouTuber. However, we need to keep in our mind the holistic value, for example, integrity, responsibility, wisdom, glory, morality, courage, and justice to our region, to our nation, to ourselves, to our parents, etc.